My next guest, Andrew, served 24 years in the Army National Guard, including 2 years in the Middle East. His job was to disarm improvised explosive devices. Now, Andrew says after he was honorably discharged in 2010, he and his family lived a pretty normal life. Then in 2019, after a routine exam, he received a call from his doctor that would forever change his life. Here's Andrew's story.
As I look at the old photographs of soldiers, we were young, invincible at that time. January 2019, I was out hiking when my doctor called me and said, I was diagnosed with leukemia. And he said, clear your schedule, you start chemo now. So it wasn't an option. When I came down with cancer, the service representative from the Wounded Warrior Project was like, you realize in the Middle East, you've been exposed to burn pits. They're finding that it's causing all these unusual cancers in service members. The term burn pit comes out of how the military gets rid of its unusable material. When I found out what probably caused my cancer, it was disappointing. I was doubly blessed and fortunate to be partnered with Wounded Warrior Project. They fought for me even when I wasn't willing to fight for myself anymore. Without Wounded Warrior Project, I would have been lost.
Well, Andrew is joining me virtually. Andrew, it is so nice to meet you. And before I say another thing, I want to thank you for your 24 years of service. Really. Now, 9 years after leaving the military, you get this cancer diagnosis. What thoughts were going through your mind once you heard the news?
Honestly, Dr. Phil, at first I think the soldier in me just kicked in and I knew it would just be another mountain to climb. And then I immediately started chemotherapy and realized just how serious this disease is.
Right, that had to be a shocker. Also joining us virtually is Aleks Morosky. He's the Government Affairs Deputy Director at Wounded Warrior Project. Aleks, is Andrew's experience a veteran battling an illness due to toxic exposure very common? What's the story here?
Hi, Dr. Phil. Unfortunately, yes. As a matter of fact, during our 2020 Wounded Warrior Project survey, 89% of the warriors who responded said that they were definitely or probably exposed to toxic substances during their military service. Problem is that their illnesses can take a long time to develop, so it can be very difficult for them to connect their conditions to their service. And as a result, warriors like Andrew can struggle to obtain their VA healthcare and benefits. But Wounded Warrior Project is taking the fight for vets who may have been affected by toxic exposures all the way to Capitol Hill.
Well, because this doesn't show up for years, is what you're saying. Andrew, I understand that the organization has been an incredible resource for you and your family. So tell us what Wounded Warrior Project has done for you and your family.
Dr. Phil, I would be lost without the Wounded Warrior Project. Working with them has been life-changing for me and my family. They have advocated for my healthcare coverage. They have written letters, legal briefs, and collected evidence to demonstrate the connection I believe there is between my service and my cancer diagnosis. They are not giving up.
3 years of chemotherapy and cancer treatment must be incredibly expensive. So what's this all cost?
Honestly, Dr. Phil, I stopped counting once we hit $3 million.
$3 million?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Fortunately, I'm a civil servant and have good insurance for now, at least.
Well, Aleks, for anyone who's not familiar with Wounded Warrior Project, what other services do you offer? I want people to really know about this organization.
Certainly, Dr. Phil. We provide mental health services for invisible wounds like PTSD, physical health and wellness services. We have job placement services and more. These are all for veterans and their families. And warriors never pay a penny for our services. They already paid their dues on the battlefield.
Yeah. Let me underline that again. They never pay a penny for these services because they've paid for it on the battlefield. Now, Andrew, what advice would you give other veterans that are in a similar situation to yours?
Dr. Phil, I would tell all veterans to never stop fighting. Wounded Warrior Project will fight for you like you fought for your country.
Yeah, and let me say, I've known about Wounded Warrior Project for many, many years, and if you want to learn about it the way I have, then please do. Their life-changing programs for our nation's veterans and their families are really important and profound, and you need to visit woundedwarriorproject.org/notalone. You'll really be glad you did. So please go to that website, learn about everything they do. It is an amazing, amazing organization. And I really support them and feel really passionate and strongly about it. I want to thank all of my guests today. Aleks, thank you so much, to you and to the Wounded Warrior Project. Also, Andrew, thank you for sharing your story. We wish you the best of luck, and again, thank you for your service.